Good morning, everybody. As you recall, the last time I talked to you on here, I told you about how I came to write 2 books. And today, I'm going to tell you how I came to get a title for those 2 books. And it was quite an interesting situation. I knew I wanted to write a book about Mormon immigration and Mormon pioneering, but I didn't know exactly what point of view I was going to take. Was I going to tell it through the eyes of one person? Was I going to tell it through the eyes of a family or 2 or 3 families? And as I read the journals and diaries of all the different pioneers and immigrants that I found, I came across the diary of a sweet little girl, young girl, named Mary Fretwell. And she immigrated to the United States on the Amazon in 1863. Well, this is what she wrote, and when I read it, it really hit me like a ton of bricks. It says, on June 4th, 1863, I bid farewell to my father and brothers and sisters and sailed on the Amazon from the London docks. I felt very sad as we sailed away to see old England fading out of sight, and especially those I loved. I did not know that I should ever see them again. My companions were Ellen Derrick, Ellen Hackman, and Lizzie Cornell. We were in the upper berth, and Lavinia Triplett and her sister and cousin were in the lower one. So there were 7 of us, and we all kept together till we got to Utah. They gave us the name of the 7 sisters while on the journey. When I read that, I thought, now there's a title for a book, 7 Sisters. People will logically think it's just a family of 7 sisters, which is kind of unusual to start with. But no, this is a family of 7 unrelated, for the most part, girls who are coming across the ocean by themselves without guardians, and they're unmarried, and so they're at in that early age of romance and drama and adventure. And so I thought that's the perfect title for my book. Now all I had to do was think up 7 different girls to be thrown together to become the 7 sisters. The only one I really knew was my great-great-grandmother, who actually came across on the Amazon in 1863. So I thought that was an omen, that I should choose the Amazon to be the ship, and that I would choose my great-great-grandmother to be the main sister. And so I did. But then I had to come up with 6 more sisters, and they all had to have different personalities, and they all had to have different backstories. And that was really exciting to try to choose and decide on which sisters that I wanted to be the 7 sisters. So anyway, I thought that might be kind of interesting to see how I came up with the title for my books. Remember, I wrote 2 books. The first one was 7 Sisters, The Voyage, telling about what happened coming over on the ship. The second one was called 7 Sisters Overland, which means they came from New York and crossed overland to Florence, Nebraska. And the third part was called 7 Sisters, The Trek, which took them by oxen and wagons from Florence, Nebraska to the Salt Lake Valley. So we have 3 distinct stories, and as I told you, I turned them into screenplays. So not only can you read the books, but eventually, one of these days, you'll be able to see the trilogy of 7 sisters, and you'll know how it came to be. So anyway, if you want to look it up on Amazon.com under Carolyn Hart Bennett, it's a wonderful little collection of books that you can give for presents, read for yourself, donate to your library, all kinds of things. But anyway, so if you're wondering what this sling is around my arm, it's because I broke my arm last Sunday. It's been a week. It's been really exciting. But anyway, so just in case you're curious. So we'll see you again sometime. Toodaloo. Bye-bye.